Hey everyone, I'm Noble Absinthe, and I'm here with my friend NovaSolstice to talk about Spoony, and hopefully for the last time, because he's finally uploaded some content, and it's pretty good.
Yeah, which is something that I've become more versed in, because ever since he uploaded this new video, I guess I've watched a few more of his streams, and I gotta say, oh no, man, you kind of painted me a different picture than what I saw. Like, he's as usual as he has ever been, at least in my opinion.
The
Because
thing,
like in the games he played that he wasn't like live streaming, he was a dick to the things he found in the game. Not surprised that he'd be a dick to his fans too. Now that I think about it,
it's not exactly good business sense to be a dick to your fans, though. Wouldn't you agree?
I wholeheartedly agree. And then that's when I start thinking about why is it that he's been able to get away with it. So that's what's expected.
You've watched a few of his streams, and my comments before were that they're just awful. And at the end of my video, my original one was, at least it's something. At least it's some form of content. But after about a couple months, he's like, I don't think I'm sociable. I don't think I want to do Dark Souls anymore. He now comes back,
Well,
and
yeah, which
that
yeah, I agree there. He shouldn't have pussied out. You're right.
the dip in content, and now that we're where we are now, with him saying stuff like, and at the beginning of his new stream too, I'm broke, I'm poor, I'm broke, I don't have any money. We get it. Just ask people. Just say it outright. You just cross that border and say, I need money from you guys. Please pay me.
Yeah, that was pretty scumbag of him. Like really. You say you're broke once, okay, but he said it two more times within the span of like 2 minutes. Okay, get it? You're broke. You want us to donate to your Patreon because and you're trying to sound all prideful about it, even though it kind of doesn't fit that way. You say you're broke more than once. I mean, I could say I'm broke. In fact, in a sense, I kind of am broke, but I'm only gonna say it once. Whereas him, I'm broke, I'm broke, I'm broke. I live the life of an actor, broke. And the life of an actor doesn't cut his hair. I'm like, okay, you want money. I've caught that idea. But then after that, he was pretty like the usual Spoony I know. He's kind of a dick, yeah, and that wasn't a surprise. And he's here making fun of the guy who was talking, and still not a surprise. The people in the live stream chat, from what I got to see, were like, "Oh hey, welcome back, Spoony," and the usual, except for some few people who were being much a cunt, basically passing criticism, opinion. Congratulations, you're exercising your First Amendment rights. That doesn't earn you a seat in this stream. It really doesn't. Um, you can do whatever you want, but considering he has the ability to ban you, you should probably think to yourself, okay, if I want to keep saying these things, then I should probably not be with them, because then I'm going to not be able to just say these things. Because First Amendment rights, you're not going to jail for what you're saying on that stream, but you're clearly not going to have the ability to continue saying it.
Yeah, I mean, it's his stream at the end of the day. You can ban them, but I personally find it to be, I, I don't know. If I had a stream and people were saying mean things to me, I just honestly wouldn't care. If it gets to the point where, everyone's, talking about it, I mean, the people who want to be here for the stream are going to chew them out anyway.
Don't be their doormat.
I'd rather focus on the
Or
positivity.
respect the person who respects themselves.
I mean, it's all about different perspectives, but again, he gets like a bajillion people being like, "Oh, he's back! The Spoonmeister's back! It's so awesome!" And then, instead of focusing on a single positive thing, he focuses immediately on the people who have negative criticism towards him. And we talked about this yesterday or a few days ago, what have you, about how his fans are whipped. So what he does is he makes sure to ban everyone who has something, even a tiny bad thing to say. Oh, you're fat. I know that's not necessary, but come on, that's a person who's viewing your stuff and just giving you a passive form of income. Got to ban them right away. Got to make sure that my audience is well groomed. Who gives a shit?
You get paid for the viewers on your live stream?
Doesn't it draw in more traffic? Yeah, and people who subscribe too can basically do the donation once they do that.
I feel like the people who are watching your stream and they donate money, that's how you get money from live streams.
Yeah, for the
Not the
most part.
people who are just watching and that's it. I don't know with the mechanics of live stream.
Yeah, it's kind of a confusing system, but at the end of the day, my argument is I really wouldn't care because I have thicker skin. But yeah, he's back. He's back now, and I'm pretty much just kind of putting up a timer, seeing how long it's going to take until he stops doing it. But I'm glad that he's back. I'm glad that he's actually making content again, even though it's just a live stream. I don't think the days of Spoony making video game reviews or movie reviews or really anything of substance is coming back. What do you think?
I think if this was just he decided to make a stream, and we can expect one more stream within a week or so, and then we'll never hear from him again, or at least for another 6 months. Because he said in his stream, he said, "Hey, it's been like 6 months since I did one of these. I'm glad you noticed.
Yeah, that's incredible.
This is your livelihood, and 6 months ago was when you did something. You've been alive on the skin of your teeth, and now you're losing your house."
It's been 6 months since I've done one of these things that helps pay the bills. I don't know. I feel bad for him. I had a bunch of things lined up, and you and I already went through a stream together. Not a stream, a conversation. About all the things that's led him up to here. But I don't know. I feel like it's just kind of like beating a dead horse. I don't really want to repeat everything, so I might just splice this with that content that we made.
I mean, I feel like I should see more of his streams fully or listen to them, because God help me, watching them seems like a nightmare. I saw the Deus Ex one, and that was boring as fuck.
His Persona 4 one, I sent you the link to that. That's the one that made me go,
yeah, I'm gonna watch that one.
I don't want to watch that ever again. Like, I was actually part of that stream. I'm like, you can see me at the very end. I think it's like the last part of his stream. Like, it's because he records it and puts it on YouTube for more people who haven't been part of the stream to watch it. And you'll hear me say, why is he silent? Well, he has a cold, obviously.
Who?
Spoony. He was like actually dead silent throughout the Persona 4 one. And I actually typed into the chat, is he there? He was playing the game, but wasn't saying anything.
It was just tough to fathom, because I had to go watch that stream to find that section you're talking about and exactly see what on. This is an important matter. Honestly, imagine, like, this is a very extreme scenario. He's playing, a fucking ninja comes in and cuts his throat, and he just continues playing. Yeah, then he wouldn't talk. But this is a very extreme and tremendously unlikely scenario. But like, what I'm trying to say is that there's possibilities, that there's maybe something that kept him quiet. I gotta see both sides of the topic here, and that's usually what I try to do. I don't like to be so black and white when it comes to such a.
One of the things I've noticed about his streams, and I just don't like on a just a merely personal level, is he never really interacts with the audience in a way that's like positive. And I know like the joke is Spoony hates everything, or Spoony's just kind of a dick person. But like there's like a sea of positivity. There's questions, there's memes, there's a bunch of stuff that he could latch onto, but it's always the negative criticism. And that's probably the one thing that I just don't like about him, is that he has the skin, he's got the thinnest skin possible. It's like it's about as thick as an atom.
I cannot disagree there. I can't disagree there, because I do remember that recently I've been watching a live stream by another person, and he literally just makes a meme and, oftentimes goes along with it, for a while. He recently did a Dream Drop Distance stream, which he hasn't finished. Yeah, he started making fun of Quasimodo. And, like, the entire chat got onto that. And even, like, initially, I'm like, why is this a thing? And then once I did it once, I kind of felt why. And I started doing it myself. I haven't let you know yet. I haven't told you because it's been irrelevant for everything. But yeah, I can see what you're saying there. He hasn't create anything positive to even regurgitate himself.
Like, for fuck's sakes, like, if there's, in the Joey Hollywood video, because I can't watch his streams. I watched, like, a few, and I'm clicking around, like, is there a point where this gets good? Is there a point where I'm supposed to be like, yeah, no, you're supposed to watch the whole thing, and no part from the beginning to the middle to the end, no part to get into. Am I like, I'm invested in watching this? But apparently Joey Hollywood found from one of his streams, Spoony going like, wow, yeah, that's really funny. I said betrayal that one time. Yeah, I remember that joke. Yeah, references are funny. And I'm like, what the fuck's wrong with you? Like, your fans are trying to bring up memes or something, and you're being an asshole about it? I don't get it. But his most recent stream, I mean, it's watchable, because it's literally a game that you don't have to play. You and I watched the Fallout video from The Plague, and that was awesome. That was great. He just screams at his fans at the top of his lungs, screams at the fact he can't hit anything because he made a nerd. He didn't make a brute.
I cannot believe that. I mean, this was outside of the topic, but I can't believe that Fallout 2 was so much different from the other Fallouts afterwards. That was kind of mind-boggling. I didn't see that coming.
Yeah, Fallout's an RPG, but then it became a first-person shooter. And then it became, like, because it has the name Fallout attached to it, people are kind of cool with it. Or people didn't even know what Fallout was, and they just got into the Fallout series from 3. I don't know what possessed them to do that.
That's fucking mind-boggling.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, normally if a company does something that drastic to change up the formula, people go up in arms about it, but it worked for them. And,
like, no shit, I couldn't even identify the game that was being played by Spoony right there. Oh wow. But yeah, that was pretty much all I wanted to say. And I think you got what you wanted to say too.
I'm glad the guy's back for the most part, and I still feel kind of compelled to upload what we talked about before, because the whole thing about the entitled comments, the Patreon, the free content, the he doesn't owe you anything.
Yeah, you've got some work to do.
I'll probably do this in a two-parter. I'll do this as a welcome back Spoony thing. Again, like, this might just be a one-time stream, and I hope that's not the case. But yeah, I'll address this as mainly welcome back Spoony, and the other one will be fuck the fans. All in all, this has just been stupid. This whole situation. It took him, you know, an almost dry bank account for him to finally do a stream again. I mean, don't you just find that, like, ridiculous?
It is ridiculous. Who knows? Maybe this is actually the reason why he'll come back, like, for good, not just here's a video, guys, give me money.
I mean, I'm not gonna be super optimistic. I'll be somewhat optimistic. I'm like, well, losing your house, or about to, is the motivation for you to make something. I'll take it. I mean, this stream wasn't half bad. I mean, I've watched him play Mortal Kombat. I skipped around the video. I let it play for a couple minutes, and I'm like, this is just, I don't want to really watch this. But this stream, I don't know. I kind of kept watching it, and I still have to finish it. I'm only about halfway through it, but it's better than nothing. And I hate using that excuse for pretty much anything. You know, it's better than nothing is just, you know, that's like the argument that...
Probably gonna keep getting that.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna get a lot of that in the comments, but that type of argument, it's better than nothing, is the same argument that got us Berserk 2016 and Berserk 2017. It's really bad, but hey, it's better than nothing.
That new Mega Man game, or I actually feel like I just insulted the series by calling it that. Maybe number 9? It's better than nothing. No, it's not.
Yeah, I mean, I spent like a whole $6 on Mighty Number 9. Better than nothing, right? I would feel bad for the people who paid $60 or something for that piece of shit. That was awful. That was horrendous. But I'm glad he's taken my advice from my video. Keep streaming. At least it's something. That's me basically saying it's better than nothing.
Hypocrite. I'm joking.
No, I got nothing left. I said a lot of what I wanted to say in my last video, my last podcast with you.
Yeah.
And I can't retread old ground. I can't re-say everything because it just doesn't mean anything anymore. I addressed what I personally think about Spoony, and even like in my last video with you, I said even if he comes back to making content, I don't think he has the ability to survive in this game. I mean, but he does have the ability, the capacity to just make money online. He already has a fan base, It might not grow into the millions. It will probably never grow to be 1 million, but at least it'll pay the bills. At least that's something. So I encourage him to continue making content. And
That's my encouragement too.
I mean, I wish him the best. I mean, I will never disrespect a man for trying, and at least he's off Twitter. I mean, doing that stream required him to not be on his phone tweeting away about Trump. So that's a mild victory. God, being a Spoony fan is hard work,